Hi, captioner testing. Do you mind scrolling up so that we don't see the names anymore on our screen? Awesome. I think we need like 3 or 4 more rows. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Welcome to Gallaudet University's live
everyone. Hello and welcome. I'm Melissa Elmira Yingst, and you probably all know me as the host of Melmyra. So I am also, I want to add, a proud alum of Gallaudet, and I'm so excited to welcome you to today's event. I know it was so nice to be able to dance up here with the bison. I'm feeling the vibe. You all have those lighted batons. They actually are activated by the music. So the lights are activated when that music is sound is received. So Gallaudet is a very special place for me for many reasons. It's a place where you develop your identity. You know, my identity actually began here when I was able to develop who I was as a person who was deaf. I was on campus this morning, and when I came here, I saw there was so many changes. You know, I mean, I love Zoom, don't get me wrong, but I was on my Instagram this morning saying, you know, Gallaudet feels like home to me. Even though there have been changes, even though there's so many unknowns ahead and we have to wear these masks, despite all of that, the energy, that feeling that makes Gallaudet Gallaudet is still there. You know Gallaudet is what it is because of us being here on campus, so it's so great to have you here. So I hope you all enjoy today. I have an awesome opportunity here to welcome all of you to the start of the school year, and I would like to begin by welcoming someone here to the stage. We have a couple of representatives who will be joining me on stage. Please come and join me.
Hey, everybody. Really quickly, do we know the wave? I know you guys know the wave, so let's do a wave to kick us off this afternoon. All right, thank you. Thank you so much for participating in our wave. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Aubrey Moorman, and I am your SBG president.
Hello, everyone. My name is Javier Maldonado, and I am your SBG Vice President.
Hello, everyone. I am Yasmin Hogan, and I am actually majoring in psychology, and I want to give you a warm welcome. And I play soccer here at Gallaudet.
Hi, everyone. I'm Summer Seeger, and I'm an interpreting major and a senior now, hoping to become a certified deaf interpreter. Welcome home, Gallaudet!
Great to see all of you. Are you happy to be on campus?
Yes, we are.
It's so great to be back here again. I so look forward to all of you, whatever you're going to do this year. I look forward to what lies ahead, and best of luck to you all.
All right, one more time. Let's give it a go.
It's always so special to see the students and what they're doing, their growth and their journey in life. It's great for me to reflect on my own journey. I have to say, there's a very special film that we're going to watch here in a few moments. But before we do that, I want to have you join me in welcoming our president, Bobby Cordano. Please join me.
Great to see you, and I'm sure that people on live stream cannot see the fact that you have your lightsabers in front of you. The spirit is awesome in this room. It is so touching to see.
The pandemic cannot stop our spirit.
It will never stop us.
So I did want to share with you, you might be wondering why the two of us are standing so far apart on stage and have our masks off. Well, we know that DC is pretty strict when it comes to mask policies, and we want you to continue to wear your masks. But as long as we are socially distanced and on stage, we're able to remove our mask. Again, we have to stay socially distanced. So we wanted to make sure you had clear access to our communication, and therefore we will not be wearing masks on stage. And with that, I hope you're ready to watch this film. How exciting.
Yeah, let's see it. Can you believe it?
That was something else, let me tell you.
You know, and now we are here back together again on campus, in person, and Gallaudet is still strong.
That we are,
It
that
just
we
goes
are.
to show that we do better when we are together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this is proof of that. Wow.
It is so true.
With that, welcome home. Welcome home, everyone.
I have to say, that film was pretty incredible. You know, as I watch that film, I think about one word, and it's all about connection, isn't it? I mean, 18 months is how long we were apart. 18 months, and look at the days and hours and minutes that represents, and it still felt like we had that connection. I mean, even though that time passed, that Gallaudet spirit remains strong.
And it's pretty remarkable. You know, there used to be a sign that we would use to talk about face-to-face learning or in-person learning, but when the pandemic hit, we actually changed the sign for how we signed the virtual learning experience. You know, the one that we were using before didn't necessarily show the connection that still remains through the virtual experience, but the one that we use now actually still connotes that sentiment, that we have been connected through the last 539 days, 3 hours, and 30 minutes. But I'm sure you've had enough of that and you're ready to be back on campus again.
New energy, new spirit. You know, I think about the students, and I wonder what the experience has been like for them over the last 18 months.
Well, it's kind of fascinating when you think about it. We'd have to ask our students to tell us, but even with our freshmen, our incoming freshmen, our first-time students, they are the ones that finished and completed high school during the pandemic. They managed to graduate from high school, and the same is true for my son. He was a high school senior. I saw how difficult it was to be able to get through the last year of high school for him. So kudos to you. Congratulations to our freshmen. You have completed high school, and you are now here at Gallaudet University serving as our incoming freshman class.
Great job.
And then our sophomores, our second-year students. You know, it's kind of amazing to think about. This is the first time, I think, in Gallaudet's history that this is the only class that started as freshmen, never having been to campus before. And now they are finally here. This is the first time that they've stepped foot on our stomping grounds. And
As
so
seniors.
welcome to all of our sophomores.
As sophomores.
They survived their first year experience without having the rat funeral, ball day. You know, they had to think about these traditions that they then had to, you know, do while they were virtual. And we're proud of all of our students. You know, this class in particular, a majority of them are back, and I think that this has probably been our best retention rate. We'll have to look at the numbers, but it seems like this is the highest retention rate that we've had with this specific class.
That's great.
And they managed all of this learning experience virtually. And so we are so proud of you for finishing your first year in a virtual learning environment. It's great to have you on campus, so congratulations for all that you've done to get here. And with our juniors, they were only at Gallaudet for 6 months before the pandemic hit and they were sent back home. So they were only here on our campus for 6 months. So they did what they needed to make sure that they persisted through their time here, and they're now here as our class of juniors. When they left campus, they were freshmen, and now they are coming back as juniors. And then for our senior class, they were only here on campus for 18 months before having to go elsewhere. And they are back home to really have the ride of their life, to have fun with all of their classmates like they did when they were first here as freshmen, right?
Best senior year ever.
For our upperclassmen, you know, the message that I wanted to share with all of you is that all of our Gallaudet traditions that students have done while they've been here on campus, when you think about what you've held in terms of those traditions, you know, our underclassmen will then need to inherit what those transitions are to continue, you know, keeping them alive. But there might be some traditions that you want to improve upon or to do better with or even to change. So think about what you might add to some of these new traditions that can be experienced because of what we had lived through with the pandemic.
And you know, honestly, you are part of a historical moment. History is yours for the making. You know, I know there are so many stories of people being here on campus, especially you being here alone. I wonder what that was like. I know everyone has stories to share about their experiences, and what we'd like for you to do, we're going to turn up the house lights. We want you to look to the person next to you and share one story, something that was memorable about your last 18 months. how you spent those 18 months, 539 days, 3 hours, and 30 minutes. Share one story that will always stay with you. Just a quick story, if you wouldn't mind sharing with your neighbor. Let's go ahead and do that now. All right, everyone. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you. You know me, of course, I love journalism. I love stories, and this was a great opportunity to hear some of your stories. I saw a couple people talking about there was a lot of time for self-reflection that was spent. Someone else in the back said they had a little more time with their cat than they otherwise would have. That's great.
And I saw someone share about, their family being in another country. And it was 1 year before they were able to fly to see them.
That must
So
have been so
people
hard.
were separate from their families due to the pandemic. Some chose to stay here, but some also, returned to their home countries and weren't able to come back for quite some time. I saw that some, faculty and staff here at Gallaudet, it was just overnight where we went virtual. And some of the faculty and staff, had started, right before the pandemic, where some of them had never even been to campus when they were hired. Some of them started working remotely and never have been on campus, and they've probably been working longer in a remote setting than they have here on our campus. So it's just, wonderful to see that there's been different lived experiences throughout this time.
It's so important to take time and really appreciate all that you've been through. These words, remember, recognize, and appreciate. Before COVID happened, I think we took a lot of things for granted, didn't we? I know when it came to technology and new developments and social media, very often we would turn to those things as opposed to being together face to face. But when we were forced to be alone, we still could connect virtually, but now being back on campus, we really value the time we have. And I encourage you to really take advantage of being involved with everything you can. Now that the pandemic has allowed us to have opportunities to come together, really draw from those experiences of being together. Share your stories. This week here at Gallaudet, they will be collecting your stories of what it was like during the pandemic. So take some time. You'll see tables set up where you can go and share your stories. We ask that you please do that because, again, you're part of the history of this campus. I am so looking forward to welcoming everyone home today. And on that note, I am thrilled to hear what our president here has to share with us today.
Well, thank you, Melissa. Thank you for getting us warmed up. Thank you for getting us started. Thank you for bringing that spirit as an alum of our university. I don't think that there was anything that could top that.
More than happy to be here. If I can negotiate this mask. Thank you, and bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
I would like to begin today, but I think this is the best way for which I could open, and that is to extend my gratitude to each and every one of you. We are here back together in person on our campus because of all of what you have done. We have been successful together over that 539 days, 30 minutes, and all of those hours, making sure that we were here, that learning could happen. We went virtually overnight, and we were able to accomplish that because of all of you. We were successful in managing COVID on our campus. I mean, if you remember, there were people who were still living here throughout the pandemic. We had essential employees who were still coming to our campus to work, and we've been able to manage the pandemic on campus with the people who were still here, including our students. And now we return. We are back together again. And again, thank you for all that you've done. At our most recent professional development week, I think that set a very nice tone for what's to come. During that week, we had all learned together what we must focus on. It's the A, B's, and C's. What this all points to is that if we can look to all of our shared lived experiences and exhibit and show compassion to one another, it will be easier for us to be able to adapt to what's needed. And when we're able to adapt to what's needed for all of us, we will be able to find the right balance. That balance is what we need in order to successfully navigate the change that is to come and the transformation that lies ahead. I think we can all agree that these are three important concepts that will help us succeed together. Over the last 18 months, we have been confronted with many unexpected challenges, things that have come up along the way that we never realized would happen. And we were able to make our way through it because we worked together. And that is the answer for all of us. We really drew from our deep-rooted values. These values that have been instilled in everything that we have been doing up until now. These values were announced during the pandemic in various presentations. Some people might have seen them before. For others, this is new. And after these values were established, we also developed the COVID-19 guiding principles. And we have the acrostic BISON to indicate what these values are that we want to continue to build upon for what is going to hold us through this time that's to come. So this is our opportunity to see what those deep-rooted values are for all of us that will help keep us together. And here they are. We are so excited to be welcoming our students back to campus again. We've made it. The students are now here. And I want to take this time to remind our students and to remind all of us, be it staff, faculty, teachers, and everyone that's a part of the Gallaudet community, that what is important to remember is that Gallaudet, it belongs to all of us. It's yours. It's mine. It's ours. Again, Gallaudet is what we all create it to be. It's what we make of it to allow our vision and our mission to be realized. And again, Gallaudet belongs to all of us. Our community cares. We care for ourselves, we care for each other, and we care for our community, both here and around the world. And I want to focus on how we care for one another here on campus through the pandemic. And there's information that I want to share with you about how we can be successful, how we can care for one another, and all of the hard work that goes into making sure that we are all safe. We are a small but mighty community, and we have implemented many protective measures to keep us all safe. And these safeguards that we have established are also flexible enough for us to change them if and when needed. The best protective measure that we have that's available to us are the vaccines. And if you look at the numbers here on the slide, that's pretty amazing. Now, for our Gallaudet community, I think it loves nothing like a good competition. And the Clare Center is pretty proud of the fact that they have gotten to a 100% vaccination rate. Gallaudet University is at 90%, which is wonderful compared to other places. I think that we are far ahead of the numbers that are elsewhere. But for the university, you have 10%. The Clare Center is actually above where you are. So can you rise to the challenge and get yourselves there? I think that you can all get yourselves there. So again, nothing like a healthy competition for our community. So we're looking at the science, we're looking at the evidence. When we are vaccinated, we are safer as a community. But the vaccine is not enough. We have other safeguards that are in place as well. It's also important for us to abide by the wearing of masks. When we mask up, we are safer as a result. And there was one thing else that I wanted to mention about the vaccines. When you look at these numbers in terms of the vaccination rate, be it 100% or 90%, when we look to the rest of the DC community, their vaccination rate is at 57%. So that means that many of us might be vaccinated, but when we are traveling off campus, we need to make sure that we continue to protect ourselves by wearing masks when we are off campus. And I wanted to share some interesting information about the wearing of masks. Since the pandemic started, here at Gallaudet, we have ordered 85,000 masks for our community to use over the last 18 months. Such an astounding number. And brief commentary here, I have asked someone to do some, maybe like a public campaign, and I'm looking to our SBG leaders here because I think at some point we'll need to start thinking about recycling those masks or reusing those masks, right? 85,000 masks ending up in the trash, I don't think so. I don't think that our earth could bear with that being the case. So please wash and reuse your masks when possible. And now there's a video that we'd like to show regarding the wearing of masks. The reason why I mask is so that I can continue being in class in person. The reason why I wear a mask is to keep the interpreting community safe, the campus safe, and the reason why I wear a mask is to make sure that everyone is safe.
I wear a mask to protect our sacred community.
Be a part of the hashtag #WhyIMask campaign. Support the wearing of masks to make sure that we keep one another safe. Now we have seen that the Delta variant is on the rise, and there might be other variants to come. It's important that we take time to remember that we will see that there will be positive COVID cases on our campus. And it's also important that we remember that we will be able to manage and can manage anytime that is the case. We have complete control and the full capabilities of being able to keep our community safe. And how we will do that is through weekly testing. Another brief story to share with all of you is that I had started testing several months ago. I think it was late in the spring, maybe early summer. I can't remember when that all started. But when I first came in, I was like, really, do I have to do all this testing? You know, I am so now grateful for the weekly testing because I can be relieved knowing that I am negative and I've tested negative. And I hope that you will join me and others in being grateful for the fact that we have those testing capabilities here on our campus. Don't see it as a burden because it is something that is going to make sure that all of us are safe. When Gallaudet started doing weekly testing, we had administered 12,632 tests. There's about 2,000 tests that we are doing every single week, and that's going to be important for us in maintaining our safety. If and when there is a positive case on our campus, early detection is key through weekly testing. And with any positive case that happens on our campus, we have quarantine and isolation rooms in designated areas on our campus. And we also have the contact tracing mechanism. And with weekly testing, there is a limited window of time for where we know that we can do the most critical and most efficient contact tracing to making sure that everyone is safe. These are all necessary protective measures for our own safety. And the reason why this is so important, the reason why we need to abide by these best practices in following the wearing of masks, and if you haven't been vaccinated, go and get your vaccine. I know that there are other people who have yet to come to our campus who may not be vaccinated yet, but we have to think about the children who are on our campus who are under the age of 12 at the Clare Center who cannot get a vaccine. You know, your family members where there might be children in your households who are under the age of 12 and can't get a vaccine. And there are people with medical reasons or their systems are immunocompromised and they're not able to get the vaccine. When we do our part, we are able to protect them and their health. It has been proven to be effective, and it also is something that we need to make sure that we do to abide by in order to prevent breakthrough cases for those of us who are vaccinated. If we're not vaccinated, that can lead to more serious illnesses and maybe even worse. And we want to prevent that from happening for you, for our community, and for any member of our community. You are all a part of this community, and we care about each and every one of you. And we can remain safe when we do this together, because we are better together. Learning happens best when we are in community. And when we look to Gallaudet's journey in becoming, we have realized that learning best happens when we are a part of community, because learning is a community act. And when we look to see how Gallaudet has gone through the process of becoming and what continues to lie ahead. We have been able to be successful through learning together, and we will continue to do so in this next semester, where we will host in-depth dialogues for our community. You know, through the virtual experience, I've seen that there has been some fatigue, so it's great that we're going to be able to be in person, face-to-face on campus, and to be a part of these dialogues in person. And the topics for these dialogues include anti-racism, bilingualism, operational transformation, and the student experience. There will be conversations that will come, and we welcome you to join in on what those dialogues are. In these conversations, we will learn about the progress that has been made up until this point, and we will also learn about what's still left to do and where that work is that lies ahead. I think it's important for all of us to stay connected, to be engaged, so that Gallaudet can continue on its journey through transformation. And these 4 topics are for all of our community members. It's for our faculty, it's for our staff, it's for our students, for our alum, our Board of Trustees members, and the community members at large. Everyone is welcome to participate. The number one priority for Gallaudet University and the Clare Center, both online and in person, is to provide the ultimate top-notch student experience. It simply has to be first class. And if our students don't have that ultimate student experience, then what is the whole point of why we exist? Again, it has to be world-class, incomparable. When we think about the Gallaudet promise and our mission, our whole goal in all that we do, I mean, I've heard stories shared from generation through generation of our alumni, and all of them have said that the most important thing that we do in terms of passing on these traditions to one another is to also pass on that whole value of love, of learning, instilled from the youngest members of our community to the oldest. We never stop learning. And here at Gallaudet, we have continued to build that world-class student experience. And that won't stop. The year ahead is going to be amazing. And there will be some new things that have been established, new programs and services that will be available to you all. Here's a little bit more about that. There's a lot of hard work that went into this, and it was done by a lot of wonderful people. They're the ones who made all of this possible. So again, thank you for all the hard work that you've done. I have to say that a lot of these changes, these first-rate student experiences, would not be made possible if it weren't for the Gallaudet executive leadership team. And I do want to take a moment to thank this extraordinary group of individuals for all of their hard work, for their commitment and their dedication to Gallaudet University, and their role as leaders. So I'd like to take some time to acknowledge them and to thank them. You know, it's a group that I am so honored to be a part of and to serve. So help me welcoming them to our stage. It's our executive leadership team. Please come and join me on stage. And where's Dr. Sims? Still making her way to the stage. The team that's here has made history. This is the first time in Gallaudet's 157 years of existence where you have the leadership team of Gallaudet is predominantly deaf-led. I mean, this is the most diverse leadership team in Gallaudet's history as well. When we look back to the Deaf President Now movement, that paved the way for the first deaf president of the university. And since then, Gallaudet has continued to change. It has helped us to change how we see ourselves, how the world sees us as deaf individuals, and what we're capable of. This team really showcases what it means to be deaf individuals, signing individuals, and what we contribute to the rest of the world. Thank you all. You know, I am so proud and honored to be serving alongside of all of you, and thank you for this honor. I want you all to take a moment to introduce yourselves, tell us your name and your title.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brandy Raris. I lead both university communications, marketing, and undergraduate admissions.
Hello, everyone. I'm Heather Harker, and I work in the Office of the President, Chief of Staff.
Stage now, but it's kind of hard to see some of your spelling.
Thank you for that advice, Bobby. Hello, everyone. I'm Dominic Lacey, Chief Operating Officer.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sue Jacoby, and I'm responsible for strategic planning for the university and the Gallaudet Promise.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Lewis, Interim Provost.
Hello, everyone. I am Carolyn McCaskill, and I am the founding director of the Center for Black Deaf Studies. And I am a faculty member in the Deaf Studies Department. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. I am Elizabeth Moore, and I am our Chief Diversity Officer.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brad Hermes, the new CFO at Gallaudet. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I am Travis Immel, Dean of Student Affairs. A huge shout out to our students this afternoon. Hello, everyone. I am Lorene Sims. Is that slow enough for you, Brandy? Bobby, did I do a good job? I'm practicing here. I am the Chief Bilingual Officer, our CBO.
Aren't you the CBO? I think you're pretty good at being able to evaluate yourselves and all the rest of us.
Yes, the interim Chief Bilingual Officer, so I should have done that very clearly. Welcome to Gallaudet, everyone.
All right, thank you again. Oh, Dr. McCaskill, can you stay on stage here with me? I have an announcement here very soon, so I wanted you to be on stage with me for that.
Okay.
But before I close, before I share my final remarks, and I'll just make sure that I keep my distance here, before I share my final remarks, I wanted to say that this afternoon, the Center for Black Deaf Studies will be hosting its first open house, and that will be from 2 to 4 o'clock. And where will that be held?
Well, I really wish it could be outdoors. We had actually planned for an outdoor celebration, but because the weather is not cooperating with us, we had a change in our venue, so we will be in the GUKCC, indoors in the ballroom.
Yeah, so don't let a little rain stop you from celebrating a very important day for this open house.
Please do come. We've been waiting 1 year to welcome you to the Center for Black Deaf Studies. And so it's been 359 days, believe it or
No,
not.
I think it was 539 days, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Not 359,
My
539.
goodness. Well, we're absolutely thrilled to welcome all of you. We'll see you at 2 p.m.
And I know that that's where there's going to be a specific announcement made. What's that specific announcement about?
Yes, we will be making an announcement about the Kendall School Division II Memorial and that project. It has been an ongoing effort on behalf of our community, and so it's time to change the name of the memorial. I'm not going to tell you the new name. You're going to want you to have a little curiosity. I'll see you there.
All right, well, thank you, Dr. McCaskill, for all that you've been doing and your wonderful team. We're looking forward to celebrating with all of you. I mean, there's no open house that can be made possible without the gathering of people and making sure that you have time to attend. So make sure you put down your phones, take a little bit of time, and head over to that event.
Indeed. We'll see you there.
So in closing, I'd like to share some reflections with you. And it began with a video that I had made when I was at the Yellowstone Park that made me think about the Gallaudet community while I was there. So take a look. We are like the bison. We are a collective group. And in moving forward, in every which direction, we make sure to see all that's happening at all times to ensure each other's safety and that make sure that we're all together. With the bison, they pace themselves to make sure that the group does not get lost. You have the bison that are out in front that go to check out, then lead the way. The calves are there in the middle that are moving a little slower, and then bringing up the back, you have the strong and sturdy bison. And as they move, they work together as a team. And we, like the bison, must do the same thing. We must work together. We must adapt. We must show compassion for each other and stay connected in order to find the balance that you see that's possible within the herd of bison, anywhere that you go. When we adapt, find balance, show compassion, that's what's going to be most critical for all of us. Take a look around. We are that herd. We are the bison. And there is no other herd in the world like this one. That we are the Gallaudet bison. And again, welcome home. Thank you.